Hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. My regular disclaimer that this is an adult only colouring channel and my videos are in no way intended for or aimed at children. Okay, so you may recall a few days ago I recorded part one of a page that I'm working on from The Beautiful Seasons by Hanna Karlzon. I did put a poll up on the channel on my community tab asking if you guys would like to see me continue with the advent calendar book by Sally Berry that I know many people on YouTube are colouring from on their channels this month, or whether you would like me to continue with this one or both, or you weren't bothered for me to colour whatever. And I think the overall sort of decision was for me to colour from this one. So I have been colouring in my Sally Berry book in my own time. So I have been doing that. So what I'll do is just give you a quick sneaky peek at where I am so far with it. Some of these you might have seen already. So it's the 8th of December today, Tuesday the 8th. So I haven't coloured today's page yet. And on these I've just been using alcohol markers and glitter gel pens, and then on some of them a little bit of stickles. I've only got the one colour, but it's working really nicely. I'm sort of getting to the swing of it now. And I coloured this one last night along with that one, and I put my kids' names on the Christmas stocking and just added a little bit of like stitching detail myself. So that's where we are. This is today's, so I will do that one tonight. Okay, so for this page that we're working on so far, we have used the Castle Art pencils, Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic and Uniball Signal in metallic gold. So let me just move the little note to the side and keep it there, just so I know, keep a track of what I'm using. Okay, so in part one, I attempted, because I think I've only ever tried this once before. So I want to try and achieve like a glow from the lanterns on things. So I put a pale yellow down just to try and map out where I think the glow from these would be. So I think today I want to work on his antlers and his body. I have about 25 minutes to half an hour before their kids are home from school, so I will do my best. I did not plan out colours beforehand, which probably wasn't the best idea, but we'll see how we go. I'm just gonna grab a few colours here a second. We'll see what we get. Just sharpen these up a little bit. So how are you all? How's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. Let's zoom you in a little bit. Oops. So I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. What is the weather like where you are? Because here it has gotten so cold and icy. yesterday morning when I was putting the bins out, all the bins were all frozen over, iced over and stuff. And then Aaron nipped out this morning and he slipped on ice. So yeah, and you can definitely feel that it's colder as well. Okay, so for those of you who are joining along with me, like I said, I'm using the Castle Art pencils. So the 3 colours that I've pulled out at the moment are number 11, number 70 and number 116. So 11 is our palest colour, so I'm just going to put a base of this down first. Yeah, we'll put a base of it on his antlers as well, but just try and, I think I'm just going to try and work around that pale yellow that I've put down. I just want to say a huge thank you to those of you who voted on the poll for, you know, what we should colour during December. I will of course do other colouring chats as well, but this will be sort of like the Christmas page, if you like. I want to try and get in a couple of live streams as well this month if I can. That will probably be of an evening when the kids are in bed. And I know that there's a few of you who are actually colouring along with me as well. So a huge, huge thank you. It's nice. It feels like we're doing like a group buddy colour. So that's a really, really nice feeling. And also a big thank you to everyone who congratulated me on the channel's 3-year anniversary. I really appreciate it. I was reading all the comments and your kind words and stuff, and it means a lot, so thank you so much. It's a good time. I'm so excited because I purchased a second-hand book a few weeks ago, and it finally arrived this morning. This afternoon it arrived. I purchased it from a lady in like a colouring buy and sell group on Facebook, and oh my gosh, it is absolutely beautiful. It is Disney and I love it. I cannot wait to get started in that book. It's just so lovely. It really is pretty. Okay, so let's put a light layer down on this little guy's fur now. I'm no good at colouring fur, so you know, you don't have to copy the way I colour it if you don't want, you know, you don't want to. Just colour it however you want. You don't even have to use the same pencils, the same colours or whatever. You don't even have to colour the same page if you don't want to. If you just want to listen or colour from something completely different, you know, while you watch or listen or whatever, then that is absolutely fine too. The most important thing for me is that you guys are having fun and you're enjoying whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're colouring or diamond painting or crafting, anything at all. So long as you're happy and you're getting enjoyment from whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so it's a really, really light layer. I just want to try and build up the colours of this little guy if I can. The crystals are going to take some time, So what I'll do on the video when we get to working on the crystals, I'll do a bunch of them on camera with you, and then I think I'll probably finish the rest off screen. Just because I think that out of the whole page, they are probably going to take the most time. So I'm not sure how many parts this will be in, but hopefully you don't mind. If you start getting bored of it though, let me know and we can move on to something different. I will colour other things as well this month, but like I said, I do want this one to be the main like Christmas page that I do on camera, sort of start to finish with you all. Okay. So I'm just using a light pressure. Putting this colour down. So this book has some really, really gorgeous sort of like Christmas or holiday themed pages in it. So lots to choose from. Okay, so this is the number 11 in the Castle Art pencils that I'm using at the minute. It's like a very sort of like a pale tan kind of colour. Okay, so we're nearly done with the base on our reindeer. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is on the areas on him that I think would be the darkest or more in shadow, I am going to use the number 70 to put in those dark sort of shady areas. Whoops. So it'll be here on his back end, which is hiding behind the trees. But what I'm going to do is go with a heavy pressure right at the back, and then just lighten the pressure and gradate that shadow out. Like that. Just darken up some little areas as we go. There. I'll do the same here. Okay, and then I'm just going to use little light circles to just blend that colour out a little bit. And there we go. just small circles. And it just gives that colour a more softer edge, so it'll be easier to blend it in with with our other colours in a minute. Okay, here. This is a really lovely, kind of like a warm brown sort of colour, which is nice. So again, I'm just going to use small circles just to get a softer edge there. Okay, and then we'll go dark here along his underbelly. Put the shadow there. Like I said, I'm no good with fur, so please bear with me. I just want to get like the shading in first, then maybe we can go over the top with some other pencils and add the fur details later. I think we'll do that. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna buff out that edge. So what is everyone's plans for the week? What are you all going to be up to? We currently have Tegan still home poorly, so that's an ongoing issue at the moment. The little ones are good. They're doing well. Their behaviour, meh, not so much. But in general, sort of health-wise and stuff, they're doing okay. Aaron and I both have colds, so that's fun. Not. But I think this cold weather is kind of, I think it's inevitable, isn't it? So many people get colds and stuff. This week I think we're just going to be working a bit more on getting our house straight for Christmas. This morning I sat and wrapped everything, so that is a huge weight off the shoulders. That's all done. So the only stuff that we'll have to wrap now is like whatever we order between like now and Christmas, like any, the last of the gifts. So but we're getting there, slowly but surely. For those of you who celebrate, are you organised? Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm really excited for Christmas. I love it. It's definitely got to be my my favourite time of year for sure. Not the weather so much. Not the weather, but just the time of year, you know. I know it's going to be different for everyone this year, isn't it? Okay, I need to get a wiggle on because the kids are going to be home in about 10 minutes. And we haven't achieved much. So we had an announcement from Tegan's school sent home yesterday that a student in year 11 has tested positive for COVID. So I hope that that person feels better soon and, you know, is on the mend. I'm wishing them a really speedy recovery. So then we also had a message sent home this morning, an announcement from Tegan's school. The sibling of the child in year 11 who's tested positive, their sibling in year 9 has tested positive also. So, yeah, that's a concern. I mean, even though Tegan's off at the moment, she's really not well. We're just awaiting some blood tests for her. It's still a concern that, you know, 2 siblings in the school have tested positive for COVID. Such an awful thing, and I really do hope that they're on the road to recovery soon. And it's been scary when, you know, we've had symptoms and we've done our tests and stuff, and, you know, we're very lucky in that they've come back negative. I can't imagine how scary it must be when that result comes back as positive. I just can't imagine. Okay. So let's just go around this bit on his, what would you call this? It's not a bridle, is it? Just like I don't know, a neck decoration. I don't know what else to call it. I think we'll use pencils and glitter gel pens on that. I think we'll do it like red and gold. So we'll do that. Okay, so we've got yellow here. So let me buff out these lines to fade that shadow out. I'm winging it. I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but hey, if we don't try, we're not going to know. So, right, so what I'm going to do now is just start working on the next colour on his body. Excuse me, and then off camera I will work on his head in the same way that I'm doing here on his body. So I will put the darkest colour, which is number 70, on the areas around his face and head that I think will have the most shadow, like I've done here on his body. So I will do that off camera. Okay, so the mid-tone colour that I'm going in with is number 116. So then what I'm going to do is just go over that shading that I've put down, but extend it out as well, using a light pressure and working in small circles. So just bringing out the colour on him now. And then in a separate video we'll attempt doing the fur. Or I will attempt doing the fur. I don't know, you know, you guys may be awesome at it if you're colouring along with me. If you are, if you know, you have any tips and tricks for colouring fur, I would really appreciate any help I can get. Okay, so I'm just trying to work a little bit quicker now because I'm kind of going up against the clock. So this isn't going to be an overly long colour and chat, I'm afraid. So yeah, wherever I've got those colours, that dark shading, I'm just now adding this mid-tone, and I'm going to put it around the edge at the top as well. I'm just going to keep working it to get a soft edge. So light circles. Okay. So it's just a case of keeping working with it. You know, and if you want to go back in and deepen some of these shadows, you absolutely can. It's just a case of whether you think, you know, your page needs it, or you know, how you want your page to look. Okay. Yeah, I might even try and find a deeper brown to go in just on some of these really, really dark areas, I think. But this is just what we're doing at the moment. Like that. So I know it's not finished yet, but I just want to sort of give you an idea of where I'm going with it. And then I'm going to go back in with my lightest colour, which is the number 11. And then just put that back over, but with kind of like a light to medium pressure now, where you want your lighter areas to be. Like so. So I will continue to work on him off screen, and then in our next colour and chat we'll work on the antlers and the neck bit, and we'll do some fur texture on him as well. Hopefully it'll be a it'll be a longer colour and chat. I should have filmed this earlier in the day really, because then I wouldn't be clock watching. Excuse me. There we go. And then on his body, where you've got sort of, you know, your darker tone and then you've gone in with your mid-tone, just then run your lighter colour over and again bring that out further. Like so. I do think we may have to introduce a second set of pencils, but that's okay. That's alright. May even use some fine liners in a few spots. Could make this a real mixed media page, couldn't we? Okay, so you can see where I'm adding this lighter colour. Again, I'm just working in circles so I don't get that harsh line where the colours have joined. You're just sort of blending those colours beautifully. It just goes to show, doesn't it? You don't need expensive supplies to get good results on your pages. So there we go. I think we're going to leave him here for today. So I know we didn't get a lot done and I'm really sorry. But when we come back in our next colouring chat, his body and head will be done and we'll move on to the next step. So thank you all so much for joining. I hope you've enjoyed part 2 of this colour along / colouring chat. Whatever you are doing, have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care, stay safe, lots of love, bye.